Hello everyone, my name is Joy Otieno. I'm going to be your trainer for today. I'm going to be joined on the chat button by my colleague Joseph Orwa, and Joseph will be helping us with the moderation. So thank you for everyone who is joining in. Please tell us, where you're joining us from. Tell us your expectations from today's session, and then we can continue from there. So please tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us, what are you looking forward to, and then we can move from there. So guys, please tell us where you're joining us from, and then let's continue it from there. Okay, guys, so tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us what you're looking forward to, and then we'll continue from there. So today I'm going to be speaking about how to build your brand and sell online. How can you build your brand so that you can sell online? Okay, so our agenda for today, number one, we are going to look at how you can establish your brand online. Number two, we are going to look at how you can develop your e-commerce offering. And then lastly, we are going to look at how to utilize social media to drive your sales. I see Mercy Amoding is joining us. Thank you, Mercy. So, before we talk about how to even take your business online, now let's look at how do you currently market your business. What are some of the strategies that you use to market your business online? How do you currently market your business? So let's have some answers in the chat button, and then we can continue from there. How do you currently market your business? So use the chat button to tell us. Okay, so as we are waiting for the answers to come through, let's look at how you can establish your brand online. When you talk about establishing your brand online, is it the same way you try to do it offline? The way you try to position your business and to position your brand, there are benefits that come with it, right? There's some benefits that come with it. Establishing your brand online. When you talk about establishing your brand online, we are talking about digital marketing. So it is marketing like you usually do it, but now it is marketing that happens digitally, right? So when you talk about taking your brand online, we are talking about doing digital marketing. Yes, you're doing marketing, but now you're doing it on digital platforms. Okay, so let's look at some of the benefits that come to your business. But before that, let's look at some of the statistics. Uh, Last year alone, almost 2 billion people shopped online. The exact number is 1.7 billion people. 1.7 billion people shopped online. Now, when customers were asked, a survey was done among customers. 97% of them said that they learn more about a business online than anywhere else, right? Further, study shows that by the year 2040, 95% of all purchases will be done through e-commerce. So the potential is big and is huge. So let's look at how businesses use the internet. How is it that businesses can benefit from going online? Number one, it is from selling products, because the definition of business is exchange of goods and services. That's the definition of a business, right? Exchange of goods and services. So by going online, you are able to conduct business through selling your products or selling your services. Number two, you are also able to buy your raw materials in terms of supplies that you require for your business to thrive. You are able to buy those ones. Number three, you are able to advertise, and I think that's the goal behind going online, because you are trying to reach a wide audience at just the touch of your button. You want everybody who is your potential customer to be able to know about your business. And then number four, you're able to reach more customers, because the definition of a business is the one where there is longevity, there is scalability, and there is visibility. It must be visible, something realistic. There must be scalability in terms of growth. There must be longevity in terms of it can go for a long time, right? So you are able to reach more customers, because a business grows by selling more, by making more profits, and the people allow you to make more profits through more sales for the customers. And then number four, you are able to research your competition. Going online is about identifying your unique selling point and then using it to position yourself above your competition. So let's look at how to build your online presence. Let's look at how to build your online presence. Now, the world that we're living in right now, it is becoming increasingly and increasingly digital. The connectedness has become crazy. So, as we are living in an increasingly digital age, it is very essential for businesses to have an online presence. Whether it is a website, whether it's an e-commerce platform, whether it's a social media page, or even all the three, it is beneficial to get your business online. The benefits of taking your business online are huge and many, right? So as we're living in an increasingly digital world, it's important. And it is no longer a choice, because if you want your business to stay for long and be competitive, then it means it's inevitable that you need to go. So it doesn't matter how you want to go online, as long as you use the right vehicle. Because when you're going online, or let's say if you're setting off on a journey, let's say for example, if you're setting off on a journey, right? You must choose the right vehicle or the right means that will take you there. Whether it is aeroplane, whether it is by water, whether it's by land, you want to choose whichever that is convenient to you. So whether you want to set up your website, whether you want to use social media platforms, whether you want to list your business on an online directory, whether you want to use e-commerce platforms, it's you who determines how it's going to work. Sorry guys, so the different types of platforms available. You can use, you can decide to set up a website, you can decide to set up your social media platform, you can decide to set up your online directory, you can decide to set up your own e-commerce platform. Okay, so let's start with the first vehicle, an e-commerce platform. So let's start with the first vehicle, using an e-commerce platform. So e-commerce, and I think if I mention some platforms like probably Jumia, I think Jumia is very popular, right? Probably you've heard of Amazon, probably you've heard of Kilimall, Chikuvo Online, Chiku, all those are e-commerce platforms. So currently, with e-commerce in Africa, there are over 400 million internet users. This number is only second to China, right? By the year 2025, 10% of all retail sales with an estimated value of 75 billion will occur or will be transacted via e-commerce in Africa. And in 2017 alone, statistics show that revenue that was generated via e-commerce trading was $16.5 billion. So the potential of e-commerce is huge and it is growing, right? And it is becoming bigger and bigger. So that is the potential of e-commerce. And it means if you're not positioning yourself, and this is what I keep on telling small businesses, if you're not there, it does not mean that people are not considering you. It's just that they are considering you, but because they are not finding you, then they will opt to buy from your competitors. So let's look at some of the e-commerce platforms that you can list. Let's look at some of the e-commerce platforms that you can list your business. So number one, if you want to play on the global scale, for example, you want to go into exports, right? If you're a local trader and you want to do exports, Amazon is the best platform for you. Because the beauty about Amazon is that instead of just exporting goods before you get a market, you are able to send out goods, but after you have gotten a concrete market. So Amazon allows for people and businesses to sell and display products on their platform. Same to Konga, only that Konga is very popular in Nigeria. So if you want to sell in Nigeria, the best place for you to position yourself is on Konga. And then Jumia is very popular, I think, especially in East Africa, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya. I think all of us know Jumia and we know how Jumia works. But beyond just being an e-commerce platform where you can go and put your goods, Jumia has gone into other services like payments of bills, food delivery, and mobile data plan services. So Jumia has gone a little over and beyond. If you want to play in the Kenyan market, then Kilimall will be your best bet. Because Kilimall is an online shopping mall that connects merchants and consumers by professional e-commerce marketplace. It is very popular in Kenya. And then we have Bid or Bid or Buy. So Bid or Buy is Bid or Buy, how it works. With Bid or Buy, it's there is no set. Can you see me, guys? We are having an internet problem in Kampala at the moment, but I hope you can see me. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, please confirm in the chat button that you can hear me. Okay. So I think I will continue. So I was talking about Bidabai. How Bidabai works, Bidabai is where you go and bid, as the word says. So merchants will come and list their goods, but the price they are put is not the final price. There's a way that you can negotiate, right? And then we have GG. Even in Uganda, there is GG, there's GGNG. So it's a classified marketplace in Africa, and it provides buyers and sellers an avenue to sell and exchange goods and services. So you can choose to get listed on one of those platforms. And then the other avenue that you can use is an online business directory. So the online business directory, you have a website which lists businesses based on categories. And these businesses are divided or are put in lists according to the location, according to the activity they do, according to the size, according to the niche market. So it makes it very easy for somebody to come in if they're looking for service providers in a certain category within Kampala, Uganda, or anywhere else that you are at, then they're able to easily pick on you when you are on an online business directory. So how we used to use directories, I know every one of us maybe have used or have heard of Yellow Pages of Africa. So Yellow Pages, long time ago when we used to use landlines before the mobile phones came. When you went to the postal office and you didn't know the number of probably the office you wanted to contact, there used to be a big fat yellow book, right? That you'll go in and get the contact. So Yellow Pages, the way it used to be in a physical form, now it has been taken online and it has become an online business directory. And then we also have Africa Business Pages, which is another large business directory in Africa. So how then do you get listed on an online business directory? How can you get your business on an online business directory? Number one, you need to register your business details, right? So your details will be around the name of the business, the category or the industry that you work in, right? Maybe your website, your email, your phone number, the country and region in terms of your location, where you're based at. So once you put all those information comprehensively, then you get listed on any business directory. And if you are the largest one in Africa currently, is Africa Business Pages, so you can get listed there. The third vehicle that you can use is social media. I know most of us are conversant with social media for purposes of, maybe just keeping up with friends and, sharing information about us, maybe posting photos. But social media can become a great tool for growing your brand so that you can sell online, but it requires the right marketing plan. When you have the right marketing strategy, you can use social media platforms to create successful campaigns. And when your campaigns are successful, you're going to see or you're going to achieve your goals. If you want to increase sales, if you want to create new business opportunities, if you want to increase your brand recognition, if you want to improve your customer service, you're able to do all that. So on social media, the way you get on social media is simple. With Facebook, your business pages cannot stand alone. They must run on your personal profile. So with Facebook, you must have a personal profile, and then from this personal profile is when you can set up your business page or your business groups. With Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, it's simple. You can just go in and sign up and create and create a profile, a standalone profile that is independent from your personal profile. So let me stop here and take some questions. Are there any questions, guys? Are there any questions, guys? Any questions? So I can see more people joining us. I see Joseph Orwa joining us. I see John Wanjala. I see Tai Tai. I see Mercy. Who else? I see Humphrey. I see Tatai. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Are there any questions, guys? Okay. If there are no questions, then let's proceed. So let's look at how you can develop your e-commerce platform. Tatai asks me, can you train in Swahili? Ndio, Tatai, naweza kufunza kwa Kiswahili, ingawaje ile ratiba ambayo tumepewa ni kwamba inafanyika kwa Kiingereza. Manake bado utafsiri kutoka Kiingereza hadi Swahili bado haujafanyika, lakini tuko katika mpango wa kufanya huo utafsiri, alafu hivi karibuni tutakuwa tunafanya haya mafunzo kwa Kiswahili. So unfortunately for now we are only doing it in English, right? We're only doing it in English, so it may be a challenge, but we are working on how we can, localize it a little. Okay, so let's proceed, guys. So we have talked about how to develop. We have talked about the vehicles that you can use, the different ones. So it can be your website, it can be an e-commerce platform, it can be an online directory, and it can be a social media. So let's look at how you can develop your e-commerce offering. So in developing your e-commerce offering, number one is that you need to pick a domain, right? So your domain name is the address where customers can access your website. Every domain name is unique. So the domain name, you'll find a URL is www.joyatieno.com. So that plus that they have written Joy Atieno, that is usually what is unique to your business. Or let's say www.africa108.com. That part Africa108, that is what is unique to your business and nobody can recreate on it. So that's why you need also to be very creative about your business name. It should not be something that is generic and can be easily copied by a lot of people, right? So make sure your choice of a business name is very creative so that when you have your domain name, nobody else can encroach on your business name. Okay, after you pick your domain name, there are so many places. First of all, there are so many places where you can go and buy a domain name. There are so many places where you can go and buy your domain name. So there is Africa Domains, which is very effective. There is Google Domains, and there are many others. There is GoDaddy, there is Domain King, there is Bluehost that you can use. So each one of them has a different advantage that comes with it. Okay. The slides are not clear. Do something. Guys, are you able to see my slides? Are you able to see the slides? I don't know how I can improve it, but okay. Oro will confirm with me if the slides are visible. If your slides are not clear, probably it is your network. It is a network issue. So just reload and then you see if it makes a difference. Okay, so GoDaddy is an all-in-one solution to grow your business. The good thing with GoDaddy is that you can buy a domain and you can also build a domain. You can also build your website, your e-commerce website within GoDaddy. Domain King is the leading domain registrar in Nigeria, and then you have Bluehost. For anybody who has created a website before, probably you've heard of this word, Bluehost. So it is the largest website hosting provider and it's powering millions of websites. After you have bought your domain name, next now you want to build your site. In building your site, number one, you don't need coding skills at the moment for you to build a website, right? Building a website requires very little effort when you are using website builder. So there are so many website builders. There is Wix.com, there is Google Sites, there is Squarespace. And the way that the website builders work, for example, when you go to Wix.com, and always going to share that link, Wix.com, you're going to find templates. And templates are a big part that makes using website builders very easy. So when you have a template, you get the basic structure and design of your website already put into place, right? So when you're choosing a template, you want to consider some factors, and especially you want to consider your customers, right? So you want to consider your customers in terms of the structure. Does it make it simple enough and easy for your customers to navigate and for you to put the kind of content that resonates with your customers? So after you have built your website using a website builder, you've connected your domain name, it's now time to go live. But before you go live, make sure that you upload the relevant content, right? Upload the relevant content. So you need to figure out what pages your website needs. And when you're figuring out what web pages your website needs, you need to have your customers in mind, right? What is it that your customers need to see when they come to your e-commerce platform? What exactly do they want to see, right? So probably your customers want to see maybe just your homepage and your shop pen and maybe the checkout page. So make sure that each page of your website has original content and original content that resonates with what your customers want to see. So when you're creating content, I know there are some places where you can go and get free photos, like maybe Pixabay and FreePic and Getty Images. But the problem is, because those photos can be accessed with anybody, you'll find that different websites also have the same kind of photo. And that will bring problems with you, with customers around being authentic. So, and for you to get content, good content like good photos and videos, a lot of smartphones nowadays are able to do that effortlessly, right? So best practices when creating content for your website. Number one, prioritize your audience. Prioritize your audience in everything that you do. Before you upload that photo, before you upload that video, ask yourself, is that what your customers want to see, right? So frame your website in a way that focuses on how your product or services will help solve the problems that your customers have or will help make their lives easier, right? And the way you discover how to impress your audience is by doing a competitor research, taking a little time to understand what other competing websites are doing, identify what unique value you can bring. So what is your unique selling point? What is your unique value proposition that will make you stand out of the crowd? So highlight these and look at what makes you special on your site. And then number 3, learn some basics around search engine optimization. Once you put up your website, it is not automatic that it will be discovered. You need to use things like keywords, you need to use things like backlinks, you need to make your website structure as simple as possible so that the bots can crawl and find it easy. Okay. So now, how do you go over and above and beyond with your e-commerce platform and your e-commerce offering? Okay, going above and beyond with your e-commerce plugins. So number 1, you can include promotion and discount codes, right? You can include easy to use checkout, just make it easy for them. Probably if somebody is browsing, they can just add all the items to the cart. At the point when they're done, they can go and pay and get all their products. Search engine optimization, understand keywords, understand backlinks, understand the whole array. And then email marketing integration. Email marketing integration around maintaining customer loyalty. So if you can be having the emails of your most regular customers, and then you can be sending offerings to them on their emails, it becomes easier for you. Multiple payment options. Multiple payment options. Multiple payment options. So multiple payment options work best when you're working within a local, especially sub-Saharan Africa, like especially in Uganda. Most people may not access banks, right? But almost everyone is on mobile money. So is it possible for you to include mobile money? Where to download plugins? You can go to WooCommerce, you can go to Easy Digital Downloads, you can go to WP e-commerce. Like WooCommerce is the one that runs Amazon. Easy Digital Downloads is the one that runs Konga, the one that is in Nigeria. WP e-commerce is the one that runs Jumia. So each one of them has the strong backing of a strong e-commerce platform. So if you want the functionalities in Jumia, go to WP e-commerce. If you want the functionalities in Amazon, go to WooCommerce. The rule number 1 is make sure your website is mobile friendly, right? Recent statistics show that over 50% or over 60% of all global search traffic comes from mobile phones. So more and more people are increasingly spending more time on their phones. So it's important that in everything that you do, you want to make sure that your website has a responsive design that makes it mobile friendly. 2.41 billion people will shop online worldwide by next year. And next year is just like 2 weeks away, right? So by next year, that will happen. 21 million people are shopping online currently across Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya. 50% of consumers shop more on mobile than in-store. So 50% of consumers shop more on mobile than in-store. That is a huge number, and you need to tap into it. So the way that you can check if your website or your e-commerce site is mobile friendly is by visiting g.co/testmysite. g.co/testmysite. A slow mobile site limits your business. So you want to make sure that you understand if your mobile is slow, if your website is slow, if it's not mobile friendly. So go to g.co/testmysite. Always going to be sharing this link with you, g.co/testmysite. So let me pause here and ask and get some questions. Are there any questions, guys? Are there any questions at this point? Are there any questions? Okay. If there are no questions, then I will proceed. Okay, so let's look at the last segment. How to utilize social media to drive sales. How can you utilize social media to drive sales? So, number one, are there any benefits to using social media to market your business? There are so many benefits. I keep on telling people, if I want to compare Facebook or Instagram or YouTube to a physical market, the best that I will compare it to is, for example, in Uganda we have Owino market, we have Chibuye market, we have Chikubo. In Kenya they have Githurai, they have Mudurwa, they have Gikomba. Those are the equivalent of social media. If any of the social media was supposed to be physical markets, that's how I equate them, right? And you can ask yourself, why is it that more people go to Chiku? Why is it that more people go to Owino? Why is it that more people go to Chibuye? Why is it that more people go to Gikomba, Yedurai, Mudurwa, right? It is because they are trying to tap into the place where has a lot of traffic and there's the possibility of selling. The probability of you selling in Owino or probability of you selling in Githurai, in Gikomba is higher than anywhere else. So the same benefit social media brings to you. You are able to generate more sales. You are able to add value to your brand through responding quickly to customers' queries. You are able to improve your marketing strategy. You are able to build relationships and networks, and then it helps you to stay competitive. Okay, so let's look at how to set up a social strategy. How can you set up your social media strategy? So how do you set up a social media strategy? How can you set up your social media strategy? So you need 6 steps. Number one, you need to understand your audience. Number two, you need to identify your business goals. Number three, you need to choose your social media platforms. You need to set your tone of voice, and then you need to measure your success. Those 5 steps. So let's explore them one by one. In defining your strategy, step number one, always, is to identify your audience. Because if you get your audience wrong, then it means you're going to be speaking to the wrong people who do not require your products or your services. And then all your efforts will be in vanity. You will not get return on investment. So make sure that you are very, very exact in identifying your audience, right? Make sure you are very, very exact in identifying your audience. So, in identifying your audience, essentially you need to build what we call a customer persona. So, a customer persona is identifying who is your customer in terms of their gender, in terms of their age, in terms of their marital status, in terms of their education background, family status, in terms of their behavior, what is it that they're interested in, what it affects them, what are their pain points, and then identifying their goals. What is it that they want to achieve? What difference do they want to make in their lives? And how is it that your products will do that? So you need to identify who are they, you need to identify what are they interested in, you need to identify what is it that influences the choices that they make. You want to identify when are they usually online so that you can target them exactly. And then you also want to look at which social medias do they use. Okay, after you identified your audience, then you can go and identify your goal, right? Yes, this is your audience, and this is what affects them, and this is what they want to achieve in order to make their lives better or to make whatever process smoother for themselves. You want to go in and define your goals. Yes, these are the customers you want to talk to online, but what is it that you want to talk to them so that you achieve, right? Is it that you want to improve your customer service? Is it that you want to increase brand awareness? Is it that you want to generate more sales? Is it that you want to get more people on your website? So you need to identify what exactly is it that you want to achieve, right? So you need to identify what exactly it is that you want to achieve. So after you identified your goal, step number 3 is now you want to identify the social platform. Remember, the different social platforms can help you speak to different audiences and achieve different goals, right? So for example, a platform like Facebook can help you achieve across the board sales, brand awareness, all that, customer service. But when you go across the board, the different ones help you in different ways. Like for example, Twitter and LinkedIn are very good as PR and tapping into professional circles. LinkedIn can work very well for business to business connection, right? Twitter can work so well as a PR tool for your business. Instagram, the same in terms of increased brand awareness and brand influence. So the different social media platforms are able to help you achieve different goals and are able to help you reach different audiences. On Facebook, you can find your own Facebook with your grandmother, with your grandfather, with your uncles, with your nieces, with your nephews. But as you go across the board, if you go to Instagram, the demography changes. If you go to Twitter, the demography changes. If you go to LinkedIn, the demography changes. So you need to first identify your audience and your business goal, and they will influence the social platform that you're going to use. Make sure you choose one social platform first. Test it, learn it, and then try another one. For those who have tried to have multiple social media profiles, even if they are personal, you always find there is one that is very popular and others that are not quite as popular. So different channels need different strategies. Just try one before you learn it and before you go to another. And then number 4, after you've chosen the right platform, then you want to identify the kind of brand voice that you want to exude. What is the brand voice that you want to be recognized with, right? What is the brand voice that you want to be recognized with? So number 1, you need to establish things around the fonts that you will use, the colors that you will use, the style of images, the logo that you will use. So all this will be able to bring out what you call your tone, your voice, or your personality. Is it very corporate? Is it very uptight? Is it fun? Is it laid back? Is it funky? So it will be able to identify, and your tone will also identify the kind of people that you are trying to speak to. And then finally, and very important, is you need to define your success. And when you say define, we mean that you need to measure. What is your return on investment? And the return on investment, you must identify. In identifying your goals, you must set what we call the KPIs, the key performance indicators. So these key performance indicators will be able to show you when you achieve them, then you know on the right track. If you do not achieve them, then you know that maybe something is not working so well. So you'll be able to realize growth in sales and traffic, improvement in customer services. You will see increase in brand awareness. And how do you measure it, right? How many followers when you get, you know that there is brand awareness. How many comments and likes when you get per post, you know that there is increased brand awareness. Okay, so let's look at which social media platforms does your business use. Twitter, as I say, Twitter is very good as a PR tool. You can jump on quick fire conversations. You can ride on hashtags for you to be discovered more. You can ask questions and run polls. You can retweet and engage with content your customers like and the content that you share. So there are so many ways that you can use Twitter, but especially Twitter works well as a PR tool. Facebook is the kitchen sink social media platform. Everything. On Facebook, you can do everything. You can put your website, you can include opening hours, contact details, you can share call to action buttons like shop now, buy now, contact us now. You can upload videos, images, GIS, memes. Uh, like Facebook just does the whole array for you, helps customers find you and see what your business is all about. Like it's a 360-degree view on your business. Instagram is best when you want to increase brand awareness and even sell, because Instagram predominantly rides on photos and videos. That's the kind of content that people on Instagram would like to look at. LinkedIn is best number one for growing your business, brand recognition, brand awareness, and also as a recruitment tool, because you are able to tap into different kind of talent, and all great talent is on LinkedIn. So you are able to recruit great talent. You can also have your employees become your brand ambassadors or brand advocates, right? So LinkedIn works best if you want to connect your business to other businesses, right? Okay, so let me pause here and take some questions. Are there any questions, guys? Let me pause here and take some questions. Are there any questions? So Taitai says, thank you. Here in Mwanza, Tanzania, most of us don't speak English. John says, nice Swahili, I like it sana. Tatai, I am able to see the slides, okay? Haida, I hope the problem was solved. Okay, thank you guys. So if you don't have any questions, let's look at some of our next steps. So what are our next steps? Number one, remember, I always keep on saying this is a 1 hour session, right? This is a 1 hour session. We may not be able to cover everything within 1 hour, right? But for you to learn more so that you can effect that skills change that is very necessary, go to our page, learndigital.withgoogle.com, and you are able to access, or you're able to get more lessons. Also, by virtue of joining this session, each one of you gets a certificate of participation. So always going to be sharing that link for certificate of participation in the chat button or in the chat section, and then go in, put your details, and pick your certificate. And also, we would like feedback. What is it that worked well in this session? What is it that did not work so well? Tell us, and then we will see how to go about it in terms of our hits and our near hits. I don't believe in hits and misses. I believe in hits and near hits. So please give us feedback. Remember to go on that link, learndigital.withgoogle.com, to learn additional information. Make sure to give us feedback on how we can improve our offering. Tai, especially the suggestion of if we can have the content translated into different languages, like for example Swahili. Give us that feedback, and then we will see how to go about it. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I'll be having another session, so don't go far. make sure you follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, or Instagram. So just keep up with us on our social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and then we shall be sharing more insights with you there. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in a bit. So thank you so much. Stay safe and let's meet again in about 1 hour. Bye.